I'm recording.
As I stare at the red and black tiles blankly and reach into a half-eaten bag of Oreos for comfort, I can't help but tune into the cacophonous, shout out to Miss Peel, sounds of teenage girl chatter, and laugh to myself about how trivial life has become at this point. Don't get me wrong, I'm thankful for the journey. It's all good. And excited to be moving on to the next chapter of my life. I look back on this wild ride and would not trade the wisdom of my experiences for anything, except maybe more valuable wisdom, or just more. And although I experience regret like any other human, there is no doubt in my mind that these things happen for a reason. Time and time again, I have heard life compared to a roller coaster ride, for a good reason. And over the course of my 4-year roller coaster ride, I winded through twists and turns, I've been thrown loop for loop, and even caught a little airtime in the process, only to find myself back at the beginning. Since I can remember, I've always been tormented with an existential yearning for knowledge and experience. There is no killer like curiosity, and if curiosity could grab me by the neck and squeeze, I would already be long gone. But this is not the case, and I'm still alive, kicking and screaming. I do not emotionally and academically torture myself with advanced placement classes and athletic commitments, and I'm equally as proud and sorry for those of you that did. And I instead committed myself to trying new things and experiencing the world firsthand. By doing so, I've discovered many innate talents, such as painting, singing, baking, writing, and various forms of communication. For the first 2 years of high school, I was a tornado of emotions, and stepping in my path was like walking in the path of a storm. It was safe to say I made more enemies than friends, and I was in a constant state of emergency. John calling me rude names, Susie said this, Susie said that, oh yeah? Well, I heard were the last things I needed to include in my daily routine of raging hormones. These first 2 years taught me one of life's most important lessons. You get what you give, and karma is a boomerang. I eventually came to realize that I was only perpetuating my miserable existence by fighting back. My salvation came only once I left Marshall. I arrived at Madison, determined to reinvent myself as a much kinder person. Almost immediately, I attempted to confine myself to a comfortable friend group and begin to blend in. It took another year for me to realize that this was not my true self. This is where I discovered the next crucial lesson. You are a reflection of the people you surround yourself with. Every time I was treated a certain way, or given less respect than I was used to, I found myself appalled and confused. What did these people see when they looked at me? This revelation was what drove me to evolve into a greater person. Since I began to recognize the ripple effect of my actions, my desire to change for the greater good has grown much stronger. As a senior at Madison, I feel much wiser than I did as a freshman, and I feel a sense of responsibility to help the younger students. In parallel with the way the Marshall upperclassmen treated myself with intolerance, I was terrified of the upperclassmen as a freshman. They were mean, bigger, and found joy in picking on the younger kids. A brat like myself was a clear target. Like the way an abused child swears to never hurt their own child, I feel a tenderness towards our younger student body. For the sake of our generation, us big kids must become role models and teach our peers about tolerance, equality, and respect for others and themselves. My statement to the up-and-coming high school students can be summed up in a sentence. Everyone else here is learning these lessons alongside you. Treat others with tolerance and kindness. No one has it figured out yet. As this roller coaster ride comes to a close, I find myself drawing near to the starting line once again. I'm greeted with balloons, gifts, and cards my friends and family probably picked up from CVS on the way here. They are all proud of me because I did it. But this is not the truth. High school is a chapter in the book of life, and it is not an end, nor is it a beginning. I'm grateful to have made it this far, and I'm grateful to be moving forward. Of all the life lessons I've learned in 17 years, there is one that will stand above all. 17 is not very old, and this is just the beginning.